The American criminal justice system consists of 2.2 million people behind bars. Plus, then think of this, tens of millions of family members, police officers, victims of crime, judges, prosecutors. Some cases make national headlines, even international headlines. When 5 teenagers were arrested for allegedly raping a woman in Central Park, it quickly became a national story. Our president, who was then a Manhattan real estate magnate, he took out full-page ads in all 4 of the city's major newspapers. The ad said, among other things, "Bring back the death penalty. Bring back our police." In the end, all 5 teens were convicted and sent to prison in 1990. But then 12 years later, a serial rapist who was already serving time confessed to that crime, and those 5 convictions were vacated. Newsy has teamed up with the Marshall Project to share different stories about the criminal justice system. Tonight on The Why, we hear from one of the Central Park 5.
It's the strangest thing in the world to me. I was telling the officers the truth, and they took my words and they twisted it. I said, I'm gonna go to the cops, and I'm gonna tell them what I saw, and I'll be home before my mom gets back. I came home 7 years later. My name is Yusef Salaam. I'm one of the Central Park 5. We were in the park, and there was a lot of things that people were doing, a lot of mischief making, people throwing rocks at cars, harassing people. The things that I saw that night should have given me an indication to leave. The next day, I was told that police officers were looking for me. And they kept asking me, okay, tell us about the jogger. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then it began, okay, tell us your story all over again. There were over 400 articles written, and all of these articles were pulling apart our lives. Donald Trump took out full-page ads in New York City's newspapers calling for the reinstatement of the death penalty, specifically for our case. In my trial, they said Yusef Salaam doesn't have a written or videotaped confession, but the others do. This is what some of the others has said about his involvement. And as a result of that, I was convicted. They sent me up to a place called Harlem Valley. We were there for a crime that we didn't commit. And here we were looking at officers. They looked like bodybuilders. Some of them had tattoos of black and brown babies with nooses around their necks on their arms. It was almost like a signal, like I'm not gonna tell you how bad it's gonna be. Just look at my tattoos. Get out of line and we will bury you up here. When I came home from prison, I was branded a rapist. For years, I would be walking around in this fog and, just trying to put one foot in front of the other and figure life out again. And then 13 years later, the truth comes out in the most amazing way. When the police found out about Matias Reyes's story, about the facts that he told them, they knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that he raped the Central Park jogger. And when they finally said that they were dropping the charges, it was the happiest day of my life. Nelson Mandela said, being angry, being bitter is like drinking poison and expecting your enemy to die. It doesn't do anything to the person. It does everything to you. But I'm still haunted. Being free is free, like you're free from all of the things that held you back. I'm not free like that.
This project is called We Are Witnesses. If you go to Newsy.com, there's a tab with the Marshall Project. Powerful, powerful stories.